1 tablespoon of ordinary Epsom salt, 1 teaspoon of common baking soda, 1 gallon of warm water, 5 minutes of careful mixing, and every plant in your garden receives a dual-action treatment that peer-reviewed agricultural research has documented as providing both essential magnesium nutrition and effective control of common fungal diseases in a single application. Tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, squash, beans, roses, dahlias, fruit trees, berry bushes, grapevines, cabbage, broccoli, leafy greens, herbs, and even the houseplants sitting on your kitchen windowsill respond to the same combination. The magnesium in the Epsom salt supplies the specific mineral that sits at the exact center of every chlorophyll molecule in every leaf, supporting photosynthesis and driving vigorous green growth. The sodium bicarbonate in the baking soda shifts leaf surface chemistry to a range that common fungal pathogens cannot tolerate, suppressing powdery mildew, black spot on roses, early blight on tomatoes, and several other disease problems that would otherwise damage your garden across the humid weeks of midsummer. Both ingredients are sold at almost every American grocery store for a small fraction of what branded garden supplements charge for individual products, delivering only half of the combined benefits. And the technique has been documented in agricultural extension literature and peer-reviewed research going back nearly a century, quietly ignored by mainstream gardening advice because no company can profitably brand and market products that gardeners already have in their kitchen cupboards. But before I walk you through the exact recipe that turns 2 kitchen staples into one of the most cost-effective dual-purpose garden treatments ever documented, and the specific honest disclosures that determine whether the combination works safely or damages your soil over time, you need to understand something almost every gardening video on this topic gets completely wrong. Most channels present this combination as a universal miracle treatment appropriate for every plant in every soil under every condition. It is not. Stay with me, because the difference between using this combination correctly and using it incorrectly is the difference between activating dual biological benefits and slowly accumulating salt buildup in your soil that damages plant biology over multiple growing seasons. The story of this combination requires understanding the origins of both ingredients separately, because each one traces to a different era of chemical discovery, and each one operates through completely different biological mechanisms. The Epsom salt portion of the story begins in the year 1618 in a small English town called Epsom in the county of Surrey, when a local resident named Henry Wicker noticed that cattle refused to drink from a bitter mineral spring on the town common. Wicker had the spring water analyzed by contemporary chemists, and they identified the bitter compound as a salt of magnesium and sulfur, which we now recognize as magnesium sulfate. The compound became widely known as Epsom salt after the town where it was first characterized, and by the 19th century, English chemists had developed industrial production methods that made magnesium sulfate widely available at prices low enough for both medicinal and agricultural applications. The baking soda portion of the story traces to a completely different chemical discovery. In 1791, a French chemist and pharmacist named Nicolas Leblanc developed the first industrial method for producing sodium carbonate from common salt, revolutionizing the manufacture of soap, glass, and dozens of other products that depended on this alkaline compound. Refinements over the following decades produced the closely related compound sodium bicarbonate, which we now recognize as ordinary baking soda. In 1846, 2 brothers-in-law named John Dwight and Austin Church founded a company in the United States to commercially manufacture and distribute sodium bicarbonate as a leavening agent for baking and a general household chemical. Their brand, Arm & Hammer, remains one of the most recognized names in American household products, and the same sodium bicarbonate chemistry has been continuously produced under that brand for over 180 years. The connection between baking soda and plant disease control took longer to establish, but in 1985, plant pathologist Ken Horst at Cornell University conducted the first systematic peer-reviewed research documenting the effectiveness of sodium bicarbonate solutions against black spot fungal disease on roses. Subsequent research by Wayne Wilcox and other Cornell researchers expanded the documented applications across multiple fungal pathogens affecting home garden crops. Here is the part nobody talks about. The reason the combination of Epsom salt and baking soda works so effectively comes down to two completely separate biological mechanisms operating through two completely different chemical pathways at the same time. Epsom salt delivers magnesium and sulfur, two nutrients that plant biology requires in substantial quantities. Magnesium serves as the central atom in every chlorophyll molecule, meaning plants cannot manufacture the green pigment they need for photosynthesis without adequate magnesium in the root zone. Sulfur functions as a component of specific amino acids that plants use to build proteins, enzymes, and defense compounds. When magnesium and sulfur are simultaneously available in bioavailable form, plants can accelerate photosynthesis, produce more biomass, and set heavier fruit than they would with either nutrient alone. The Epsom salt component of the combination directly addresses the nutritional side of plant productivity. Baking soda operates through entirely different chemistry. Sodium bicarbonate is alkaline, and when dissolved in water and applied to leaf surfaces, it temporarily shifts the pH of the microscopic film of moisture that coats plant leaves. Most common fungal pathogens that attack garden crops evolved to thrive in the slightly acidic conditions that typically exist on healthy leaf surfaces. When baking soda shifts that surface pH into the alkaline range, the environmental conditions become hostile to the fungal spores that would otherwise germinate, penetrate leaf tissue, and establish visible infection. Powdery mildew fails to establish on cucumber and squash leaves treated with baking soda solutions. Black spot fails to establish on rose leaves. Early blight fails to establish on tomato leaves. The disease prevention effect operates entirely through the pH shift on the leaf surface rather than through any systemic biological response inside the plant. Now stay with me, because the peer-reviewed research documenting these effects has been accumulating steadily across the last 40 years. Ken Horst at Cornell University published foundational research in the mid-1980s documenting sodium bicarbonate effectiveness against black spot on roses. Subsequent research from multiple agricultural experiment stations documented the same chemistry working against powdery mildew across cucurbits, against apple scab on fruit trees, and against a range of other fungal pathogens that damage home garden crops. Research on magnesium supplementation through Epsom salt applications has documented improvements in tomato fruit set, in pepper yield, in rose bloom production, and in citrus fruit development across dozens of independent studies. The combination of the two treatments in a single application takes advantage of both mechanisms simultaneously, providing magnesium nutrition to correct the most common deficiency in intensively cultivated soils, while also providing disease suppression during the humid conditions that would otherwise establish fungal infection. Two problems, one recipe, one application. Here is the shareable detail that should change how you think about garden treatments forever. Most gardening advice treats fertilization and disease prevention as completely separate activities requiring completely different products applied at completely different times. The Epsom salt and baking soda combination violates that separation, and the results are documented in agricultural research going back decades. One 5-minute mixing session in your kitchen produces a treatment that simultaneously addresses the most common nutritional deficiency in American home garden soils and prevents the most common category of plant diseases that damage summer vegetable production. The total ingredient cost runs under $1 per gallon of finished solution. The combined benefits would cost between $15 and $40 in separate branded products at any garden center. And the same chemistry that delivers these benefits has been sitting in kitchen cupboards across America for over 175 years, ignored by mainstream gardening advice because no company can profitably promote a combination of two generic household products. So why is this combination not standard practice in every American vegetable garden, despite the peer-reviewed research supporting both underlying mechanisms? The answer follows the same pattern as almost every buried gardening technique. The commercial garden supply industry generates substantial annual revenue selling separate fertilizer products for nutrition and separate fungicide products for disease control. A gardener who learns to combine two kitchen staples into a dual-action treatment stops buying multiple branded products, and the economics of promoting this combination are exactly backward from how the retail garden supply industry needs to function. So the same magnesium sulfate that Henry Wicker characterized in 1618 and the same sodium bicarbonate that Nicolas Leblanc synthesized in 1791, both delivering benefits documented in peer-reviewed research across multiple decades, sit largely absent from mainstream American gardening literature where most home gardeners look for advice. Now I need to be honest with you, because this is where responsible information becomes critically important, and where most gardening videos on this combination fall short. Both Epsom salt and baking soda are salts. Chemically, they are salts. Applied in excess or applied too frequently, both compounds can accumulate in soil and cause the same problems that any salt buildup causes, including reduced water uptake by plant roots, damage to beneficial soil microorganisms, and interference with nutrient absorption. Professor Leonard Perry at the University of Vermont has published detailed analysis of common Epsom salt and baking soda garden claims, and much of his analysis rightly cautions against the exaggerated promises that circulate on the internet regarding both compounds. This combination is not a universal miracle. It is a targeted treatment appropriate for specific situations, and applying it indiscriminately across your entire garden every week will cause more harm than benefit over the long term. Use this combination only when the underlying conditions actually justify it. Apply the Epsom salt component when your plants show visible signs of magnesium deficiency, which appears as yellowing between the veins of older leaves, while the veins themselves stay green. Apply the baking soda component when fungal disease pressure is actively present, or when humid weather has made disease outbreak likely within the next few days. If your plants show no magnesium deficiency and no fungal pressure, do not apply this combination as preventive maintenance. Both salts accumulate in soil across repeated applications, and unnecessary applications waste the treatment while gradually creating the salinity problems that damage plant biology. There is a second honest reality worth flagging. Do not use this combination on soils that are already alkaline. Test your soil pH with an inexpensive kit before applying, and if your soil pH runs above 7, choose different treatments entirely. Alkaline soils cannot tolerate the sodium bicarbonate component, and the addition will push soil chemistry into ranges that lock out iron, manganese, and other essential trace elements. Do not apply this combination during hot afternoon sun because the leaf surface application can cause thermal damage when heated by direct sunlight. Do not exceed the documented 1 tablespoon of Epsom salt and 1 teaspoon of baking soda per gallon of water. Stronger concentrations do not produce stronger benefits and can cause phytotoxicity that damages the plants you are trying to help. Now we get to the part you came here for. The exact recipe and the specific application methods that produce the strongest results while avoiding the salinity accumulation problems that improper use creates. You will need 1 tablespoon of plain Epsom salt. Ordinary drugstore Epsom salt works perfectly, and the same product sold as bath salts works identically if the ingredient list confirms only magnesium sulfate with no added fragrances or colors. You will need 1 teaspoon of ordinary baking soda. Arm & Hammer baking soda works perfectly, and any equivalent store-brand product containing only sodium bicarbonate works identically. Avoid baking powder, which contains additional acidic compounds and starches that do not belong on your plants. You will need 1 gallon of warm water. Room temperature water works acceptably, and slightly warm water helps both salts dissolve completely without settling. Rainwater is ideal because it lacks the chlorine and calcium content that can interfere with the chemistry. Filtered water works well, and standard tap water is acceptable if allowed to sit uncovered for a few hours to release chlorine. Pour the gallon of water into a clean container. Add the tablespoon of Epsom salt and stir until fully dissolved, which typically takes 1 to 2 minutes. Add the teaspoon of baking soda and stir again until fully dissolved, which happens within seconds. The finished solution should appear clear with no visible undissolved particles at the bottom of the container. Optionally, add 2 or 3 drops of mild liquid soap to serve as a surfactant that helps the solution adhere to leaf surfaces if you are applying as a foliar spray. Apply the solution either as a soil drench at the base of plants or as a foliar spray on leaves. For soil application, pour approximately 1.5 to 2 cups of solution around each plant, distributing evenly around the drip line where feeder roots are most active. 1 gallon treats between 15 and 25 mature plants. For foliar application, transfer the solution to a clean spray bottle and mist both the tops and undersides of leaves during early morning hours before direct sunlight strikes the plants. Apply this combination no more than once every 4 weeks, and do not exceed 3 or 4 applications across an entire growing season. The salinity accumulation from more frequent application will damage your soil biology and reduce plant productivity over time, regardless of the immediate benefits of any individual application. Space treatments to match the actual biological need in your garden rather than following a fixed schedule. The specific timing of applications matters as much as the frequency, and understanding the seasonal windows where this combination provides the strongest benefit will substantially improve your results. The first application of the growing season works best when applied approximately 2 to 3 weeks after transplanting seedlings into the garden, timed just before the plants begin heavy flowering. At that point, the magnesium demand from developing bloom clusters is climbing rapidly, and any pre-existing magnesium deficiency in the soil will begin showing up as yellowing between the leaf veins of older foliage. The Epsom salt component addresses that emerging deficiency exactly when the plants need magnesium most, and the baking soda component begins building the leaf surface conditions that suppress fungal disease during the vulnerable weeks when new growth is most susceptible to infection. The second application typically fits best 6 to 8 weeks after the first, coinciding with the peak fruit development window, when magnesium demand reaches its highest level and when accumulated summer humidity has typically established the conditions where fungal diseases begin threatening the developing crop. A well-timed second application at this point sustains magnesium availability through the heaviest production weeks and reinforces the leaf surface pH shift that keeps disease pressure suppressed. If your specific climate produces extended humid conditions across a longer period, a third application 4 weeks after the second can be justified. But the fourth application in any single season crosses the threshold where accumulated salinity begins outweighing the immediate benefits. Alternate this treatment with plain water applications rather than treating it as your standard watering practice. Between the 4-week intervals of Epsom salt and baking soda applications, water your plants normally with plain, unamended water, allowing the accumulated salts from previous treatments to flush through the soil profile rather than concentrating in the root zone. This alternating pattern produces the strongest sustained results while preventing the salinity buildup that repeated undiluted applications would cause over multiple growing seasons. The combination pairs safely with most other garden treatments across a growing season, though not typically in the same application container. Do not mix this solution with liquid fertilizers, compost tea, or microbial inoculants in the same spray tank because the alkaline shift from the baking soda component can inactivate some of the beneficial biology that these other treatments are designed to deliver. Apply this combination on its own, then wait at least 1 week before applying any other liquid amendment to the same area. This spacing allows both treatments to work through their intended biological pathways without cross-interference. The next time you open your kitchen cupboard and see a box of baking soda next to a container of Epsom salt, do not just see 2 unrelated household products. See a dual-action garden treatment that peer-reviewed research from Cornell University and other agricultural institutions has validated across multiple decades at a price no branded garden supplement can match, delivering both magnesium nutrition and fungal disease prevention through chemistry that has been documented and refined across more than 400 years of scientific discovery. The harvest begins now.